I was thinking,
What is it, Lauren?
do you ever visit your in-laws? Because I can't recall a time that you were never around for festivities. Even for, like, Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Well, no, we don't visit our parents.
Why not? Don't they ever ask you?
I guess my brother never explained to you our situation with my in-laws. Sorry, I should have asked him to fill you in. I didn't mean to keep you in the dark.
So, do you have any issues with them or something? Is that why you're so distant?
It was actually not my decision that we ended up this way. My husband made the final call. It's been over 3 years now since we last saw them. But basically, John wasn't getting along with his parents, and when things started to fall apart between them, his parents began to bully me. It became a huge stress for the two of us, so we ended up distancing ourselves from them, which was a very sad thing to do, but it was necessary for us to remain happy.
Oh, I see. So is that why John took your last name?
Yeah, it is. Things got so bad that he didn't want to carry his family name anymore. We never understood why they turned out the way they did, but we just couldn't deal with them anymore. And he didn't want them to come after him, so he decided to change names.
Wow, I had no idea. But I'm so jealous.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, I wish I didn't have to deal with in-laws either. I wouldn't have to deal with old people anymore. It would make my life so much easier if I could just cut ties with mine. You should feel lucky that you don't have to worry about them.
Okay.
Don't you think it's the biggest downfall of being married? It was for me when I married your brother. I mean, you have your own folks to worry about, right? But on top of that, you have to worry about another set of demanding old people and keeping them pleased. I mean, I'm sure you have a rough time with yours at first too. But look at you now, all worry-free. I envy you. I guess. I couldn't believe Ben when he said he wanted to live down the street from his parents when we literally married for 2 minutes before we moved here. I mean, I am glad we at least found a nice apartment, big enough and everything, but I would rather not have to deal with the in-laws. They are such a burden, you know. They're always calling me, asking for a ride, or helping them carry something.
Lauren, dear, I think you are forgetting who I am. What do you mean? I mean that I am your husband's sister, which also means that your in-laws are actually my parents. Are you trying to tell me that they are being mean to you? In which case, I would help you in a heartbeat. But I don't think that this is the case right now, is it? I know they need a lot of help, but they try to keep their distance. At least when they don't need physical assistance.
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't feel like they're trying hard enough.
Well, I am sorry that you feel that way, but they are. Especially my mom. She hates to be dependent on you and Ben.
Whatever.
Listen, Lauren, I know your mind just slipped, but what you said about my parents earlier kind of hurt my feelings. So please be careful about what you say. It's never nice to hear someone talk badly about their family. I'm sure you understand.
I was just making a general comment. You don't have to be so harsh, Alicia.
I'm being harsh? I'm sure that you would feel annoyed if I said anything bad about the people you cared about. And for the record, the reason why you moved close to my parents was because you two couldn't afford to live in the city anymore, was it not? My parents offered to help you two pay rent for that apartment, in exchange that you guys help them to get around because they both have bad knees now. And yet, as far as I understand, it is my mom helping you with all the chores around your apartment when you are busy job hunting. I'm sorry to say, but I don't think that you are in the position to complain. You should be grateful for the help that you've been receiving.
Well, I guess. But I didn't start this conversation to get scolded by you. I was just making small talk.
I get it. And I can't control how you feel about my parents. But you should at least be careful who you spill those feelings to. There's no need to hurt people like that.
Sure, Alicia. You're so right. I should have known better than to try and have a real conversation with you.
What the heck does that mean? Hello? Lauren?
Do you have a minute, Alicia?
Hey, Ben. Yeah, of course. Is everything okay? Unlike you to message me instead of just calling me.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to hear me speaking to you.
Oh dear. I sense something serious is going on. Kind of serious, yes? What's going on? Talk to me.
Well, the thing is, and I know this is out of the blue, Lauren is claiming that Mom is being mean to her. Mean as in bullying her, apparently.
What?
She doesn't want to live close to them, so she wants to move out of town and go back to the city, but right now she feels that it's better that she looks for a job in this area instead of the city. So instead of us moving, she's asking that they move out of town so that she doesn't have to see her anymore.
Whoa, hold your horses! She wants Mom and Dad to move from the town they've been living since we were born?
I know, right? She just ambushed me with all this information.
Ben, I'm sorry. I know that Lauren is your wife and you love her. But do you believe her? I mean, we are talking about her mother here.
I know. I hate to not be able to believe in my wife, I really do. But I also don't think Mom is capable of being mean to anyone. I at least don't have evidence that she has been, so no, I can't just jump to a conclusion and believe everything Lauren says about Mom. I think I'm gonna have to speak to the both of them before I decide on anything.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that you at least trust Mom too. You certainly should clarify the situation with the two for sure.
What I need your advice on is what to ask Mom, though. I mean, I can't just go up to her and ask, "Have you been bullying my wife?" She'd be so upset if I ever asked her like that. But then again, how the hell do I even bring out a topic like that to her? Besides, I'm super busy with this project that I've been assigned to. I've barely been home, and on top of that, I'm going on a business trip in 2 days to complete a training for my new position. I have so much on my mind right now, I don't know if I can deal with everything in the right manner. It feels like my head is about to explode.
Okay, I understand. It's alright, dear. Don't stress yourself out too much. Do you have any time to swing by my house tonight or tomorrow? It'll be a super quick stop, I promise.
I guess I could tonight, but why?
I'm gonna give you my secret weapon, brother. Come see me tonight when you can. I'm always up late anyway, so no rush.
Okay, I'll call you again when I'm ready to leave work.
Sure, I'll be here.
Hey, Alicia, I got it all set up. We're good to go. How long do you think I should keep it running?
I let it run about a month when I used it before, but it's up to you and the content, I guess.
Okay, well, I want to be sure to catch as much information, so I won't remove it for at least a month. Is it okay if I keep it that long, though?
Yeah, of course. That's why I gave it to you. I don't have any plans to use it anyway, thankfully. You can keep it if you want.
Okay, thanks so much, Alicia.
Anytime. I hope you get what you need. Have a safe trip, yeah?
Yes, thanks. I'll message you when I get back.
Hey, Alicia. I have a question.
Hi, Lauren. What's up?
Your condo, it has 3 bedrooms, right?
Yeah, it is. Why do you ask?
Whose name is it under?
That's a weird question. It's under my husband's. Why are you asking me this? Are you interested in buying a condo?
I see. A 3-bedroom for the 2 of you. So you've got plenty of space. Okay, got it. Thanks.
What? Lauren, what do you need to know? Hello?
Hey, Alicia, I just got back from my training.
Hey, how was your trip?
Busy, but it was resourceful. About that thing we set up before my trip, I checked what I've got on it as soon as I got home, and, well, it looks like we never had to wait a whole month after all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What are you doing tonight?
I have plans to go out tonight, but I am free this whole weekend.
Okay, then can I visit you tomorrow? With Mom?
With Mom? Yeah, sure.
And is it alright if she stays with you for a little while?
Of course she can stay with us. But is everything okay? Thanks.
Well, let's just say you'll be surprised to learn what I've found. Is it alright if we're at your condo around 10 a.m.?
Sounds good.
Okay, see you tomorrow then.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for earlier, sis, and thanks for taking Mom in. I just wanted her to feel safe, you know?
Hey, of course. You are doing the right thing. Don't you worry about anything here. She'll be in good hands. Are you back home now?
No, I couldn't go home. I mean, I will go eventually, but I just needed some time to think about everything, so I stopped by my office. No one's here on the weekends, so it's nice and quiet.
I understand. This is all very difficult to take in. I can't believe what we saw earlier.
I know. But hey, I'm glad you gave me that surveillance camera to record what went on in my house, or else things could have gotten worse. I never imagined that my own wife could be so awful to my mother. I mean, it was pretty bad.
I know. Who would have thought that a grown woman would lie like that? She is being bullied, when in reality she is the one bullying.
And that message between you and Lauren that you showed me about her complaining that our parents are so demanding, or how she doesn't want them around, that was also quite shocking for me. But it helps me understand the kind of person she is, so I'm glad you showed me.
Yeah, I'm really sorry I had to show them to you. But after seeing that footage, it doesn't make sense to keep it from you. What did you think about them anyway?
I mean, I think you're totally right. For some reason, Lauren considers in-laws to be enemies, and whatever the reason may be, it's probably why she began to bully Mom in the first place. And that short conversation about the size of your condo, it's as if she's considering where to place Mom.
Yeah, that was totally random, but it makes sense now. Oh, speak of the devil. Lauren is messaging me now. I wonder what this is about. I'm going to see what she is up to.
Wow, how timely of her. Okay, well, let me know when you're done exchanging messages with her. I have a few things I'd like to say as well.
Got you. I'll keep you posted.
Hi, Alicia. Thank you so much for agreeing to take your mother-in-law. I am really glad she will be off my back for a little while. I'm sure Ben has told you by now. But I've been struggling with her for a while. I couldn't believe it at first, but she's been very mean to me, as if she didn't want me to be in the family anymore. I was so shocked when it all started. She was so nice to me when I first moved into town, but then for the past couple of months, she gradually began to bully me. At first, it was small things, like she would complain about the food I made for her, or she would make a huge mess in the room that I had just cleaned. But recently, it's been a lot worse. Like, I actually been bullied by her.
Lauren, just to be clear, are you being honest about what you are saying right now?
Of course. Why would I ever lie to you? I mean, think about it. Ben brought your mom to you to physically separate us so that she wouldn't do anything to me. Doesn't that prove that she is being harmful to me?
All right. Well, I guess this is between you and me then. That was your last chance to be honest. But you're no longer welcome in my house or in our family.
Uh-huh.
And the Hawaii trip we were planning on going in the spring? You're not joining us.
What the hell? Why are you being mean to me as well? You know that Hawaii trip was the only thing that has kept me going amidst my stressful job hunting process. You can't just take that away from me. That's just too mean.
You know what, Lauren? Nothing you can say can make me reconsider. Because I know you're making everything about my mother. You've been busted.
Uh-huh.
My brother didn't bring my mother to me to save you. He did it to save her from being bullied by you, the daughter-in-law.
What? How can you accuse me for something like that? I have never bullied your mother. She's the one bullying me. You are the one making horrible stories. Crazy ones. How horrible of you.
No, I'm not making anything up. In fact, I can prove it.
Excuse me?
I know everything, Lauren. I know that the true story is that you invite my mother to dinner just so you can mess with her food. Or that you pretend like she trashes your house, but it's only that you have never cleaned it in the first place. I also know that you call her names every time she is near you. You take advantage of her helping you with chores, and you return it with betrayal. None of us will ever believe anything you say.
How the hell did you know all of this?
Because we set up a surveillance camera in your apartment.
What? A camera?
Just to be clear, there is nothing illegal to set up a camera in the house for security purposes.
But you invaded my privacy. That is totally unfair.
Unfair? You tried to set my mother up for bullying you. Tells me that I am being unfair? Don't make me laugh. Anyway, you're no longer a part of this family as of now. I'm sure Ben was planning on telling you later, but I will just tell you now. You can pack your stuff now and get ready to leave. You don't belong in that apartment.
What? Alicia, just because you are my sister-in-law doesn't give you the right to tell me what to do. Whether I leave or not is up to Ben and I.
Actually, I do have a say in this, because I own your apartment.
What? No, you are not.
Yeah, I am. I bought it 3 years ago.
No, it can't be. I heard this apartment belongs to someone's uncle.
Yeah, it used to be owned by my mother's uncle, but I bought it from him when he let it go.
Huh?
You know how I run my own business, right? Well, I had initially intended to use that apartment as my office, but then my business quickly turned into something bigger than I had anticipated. So I didn't stay there long, and instead got a bigger, proper office in the city. I was getting prepared to have the apartment renovated, but then my mother asked if you two could live there.
How the hell did I not know that?
Probably because you never were interested, therefore wasn't listening. How would I know what you do and don't?
Well, you just can't kick me out. You have no reason to.
I don't need a reason to kick you out, silly. I am the owner. I have the say in who lives there and who don't. Besides, like I said, that apartment was supposed to get a renovation, so I am going to get everything nicely redone and rent it out for a higher price.
You're getting this place redone? Well, that's great news. Listen, Alicia, I think we got off the wrong foot here. There's really no need for any hostility. Let's be friends again, like we've been before.
No, none of that talk is necessary. And for the record, I never considered you as a friend with that nasty attitude of yours. Anyway, I have been asked to let Ben know when I am done talking to you, so I am going to let him have his turn now. Good luck talking to him. I'm sure he has a lot to say to you. Bye.
Wait, Alicia! Hello? Hey, it's alright. You don't have to hassle yourself to kick me out. I will just call your mom right now and apologize. I'm sure every misunderstanding will be solved by then.
What? No! Keep her out of this! Lauren! Ben, you need to stop Lauren right now.
What's going on?
She is frantically calling Mom, and she is trying to apologize to get herself out of trouble. Mom is terrified, so I turned off the device just now. But she can't have it turned off forever. Can you stop her now? Please.
Okay, I'm on it. I'm so sorry. Hey, Lauren, you will stop what you are doing now! Leave my mother alone!
But Ben, you don't understand. They are trying to break us up. If I don't apologize to your mother, your sister is going to kick me out. You don't want that, do you, baby?
Oh yeah, I am totally fine with us breaking up. In fact, my heart has been set on getting a divorce for a few days now.
Huh? Why?
What do you mean, why? Alicia already gave you a rundown of things, hasn't she? You know I know what you've been doing.
Come on, baby. It's not something to get a divorce over. I think everybody's just being a little dramatic. Your mother and I were just being girls. We were just having bad moments. But it's gonna be okay.
No, don't give me that crap, Lauren. Why don't you show your true self to me? Tell me what you told my sister, or shall I remind you?
I don't know what you are talking about.
You don't want to waste any time maintaining a relationship with your in-laws, right? You told Alicia that you wish you didn't have to deal with them.
Oh, that was just me whining a little. Didn't mean anything. I swear.
It's a little too late to swear on anything, but you should be happy since you're getting what you wanted.
I can't believe Alicia told you. She is such a snitch. That was a private conversation between the two of us.
She wasn't going to tell me because she was hoping you'd be smarter than to treat my parents disrespectfully. But then she found out that you were being harmful to my mother, and on top of that, you actually had the nerve to make up a fake story that she was bullying you. Alicia showed me the conversation between you and her because she was furious that you degrade our innocent mother.
Ben, sweetheart, it's not what you think. I wasn't trying to degrade your mother.
Stop lying to me for once! Tell me the truth. You thought it would make your life easier if you were able to cut ties with my parents, right? You didn't want them taking any moment of your precious life, so you tried to cut them out of the picture. Isn't that the truth? Well, I'll tell you what you can do to make that happen. Just divorce me. You get what you want that way, right?
No, Ben, there's no point if you're out of the picture too. I only wanted it to be the two of us.
Why the hell would I end things with my parents who I have a great relationship with?
Well, Alicia told me about her in-laws and I just thought I could make it happen on my end too.
You are crazy! Don't you see that we're not in the same shoes at all? They actually had real issues! No one was faking or making up stories! Of course it's not gonna work!
Ben, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking straight. I'm really sorry.
No, it's over. I can never trust you again. I already gave your parents a call. They know what you've done, and they are so furious. They should be on their way to pick you up now, so start packing.
Wait, what? You called my parents?
Yeah, because I know you won't leave on your own, will you? I'm not gonna hassle myself to drag you out of the house, so who else would, other than your parents?
Ben, seriously, none of this is necessary. I told you that I am sorry. Please pick up. Just give me a chance to talk to you, please. I don't want a divorce. Ben? Ben!
Lauren's parents arrived at her apartment soon after and dragged her out. Apparently, Lauren acted as if she was the victim and tried to get her parents to sympathize. But her father was already mad about what she had done. He coldly told her that she was an embarrassment to the family and quietly moved her and her belongings to a truck and drove away. Later on, my mother sued Lauren for emotional distress. She also asked for a compensation of her personal goods, which we later found out Lauren has been selling on the internet behind her back. To our surprise, Lauren was living off the money she made by stealing pieces from my mother's large antique collection for months. The money was spent on bags and shoes from luxury brands and had blown up to more than $10,000. Lauren was able to pay for all the damages she caused, but had to give up every penny she had ever saved, leaving her completely broke. And without any help from her parents, she is now completely on her own. The last I heard, she is living a hard life, working a low-paying job and barely able to keep herself under a roof.
Mom? Oh, Megan, what's going on? I'm going to ask you directly. Is it true that you've been mistreating Avery? Huh? Avery? You mean Jason's Avery, right? Mistreatment? That's not possible. Oh, I'm not saying you definitely did it. Jason came to me furious, saying Mom's been mistreating my dear wife terribly. He was really upset. What? The kind, gentle woman I know would never do something like that. I can't believe it. That's how I felt when Jason told me. But even if something like mistreatment is happening, I can't just assume it's you without knowing the full story. Maybe there's something going on with Avery, too. I couldn't just ignore the possibility that she has her own issues in the situation. So instead of staying confused and upset, I decided to just ask you directly what happened. I see. Well, thank you for not just blindly believing Jason's one-sided story. So, did something happen? It's only been 2 months since you started living together, right? Mom, what happened? I can't forgive Avery. You can't forgive her? For you to say something like that, it must be something serious. She's been throwing away everything that reminds me of your grandparents and your father. What? She threw away those keepsakes? Yes, things that belong to your grandparents and your father. What? Not just one thing, but several items? Yes, that's right. Wait, so that includes things like the fountain pen your dad inherited from your grandfather? The one he's always treasured? Yes. Even though I don't really use the fountain pen anymore, it's a memento I wanted to keep. I kept trying to explain how important it was to me, but she just wouldn't understand. And instead of apologizing or even acknowledging it, she said, "Do you have proof I threw them away?" While I was out working part-time, Avery was alone at home. Almost everything that disappeared during that time has to have been her doing. So there's no physical evidence to prove it, right? But despite being a stay-at-home wife, she doesn't help with the housework at all. Wait, Avery's not working? She asked to live together so she could save up for a house of her own, right? I've heard she doesn't help with the housework, but she's actually calling herself a housewife while doing nothing? The other day, I couldn't help but say to her, a little sarcastically, "You're great at throwing away other people's memories, but you never do any cleaning." I think that's what Jason's been hearing about, which is why he's so upset. Wow, seriously? I should hear Avery's side of that story too, but I agree that I should have had solid proof before confronting her. At this point, it's just too much. Oh, and after dinner tonight, I realized I needed to tell you, but the books you left at my house for safekeeping have all been thrown away as well. What? I was planning to pick them up when I moved next month. I guess she thought they were mine because I'd put them in my closet. I never thought she'd go through my closet, so I'm sorry about that. Well, let's hear Avery's side of things before jumping to conclusions. Avery, good evening. Are you free right now? Oh, Megan. Jason told me that you've been complaining about how your mother's been treating you badly. I'm really wondering what's been going on. Oh, that's right. Can you listen to me for a moment? I don't want to speak badly of your mom, but it's just gotten so bad that I want you to know what's happening right now. What's going on? Well, you know I'm a stay-at-home wife, right? So I've been working really hard at the housework for my in-laws. I even did a big cleaning just the other day, but your mom kept complaining, saying I wasn't doing it properly, but I was doing it. Honestly, I think she's just saying these things because she wants to pick on me. When you say big cleaning, what exactly do you mean? I mostly cleaned out old, ugly stuff that I'd never use and the books that were shoved in boxes in the closet. But even then, she's complaining. Doesn't that just scream mistreatment from her? You have to say something to her. I bet if she knew her own daughter found out, she'd stop acting like this. By the way, did you call a recycling collection service or something for all of it? Huh? In your area, isn't Wednesday for non-burnable trash, Monday and Thursday for burnable trash, and Friday there's no garbage collection? Your big cleaning, based on what Jason was complaining about, must have happened on Friday. And since today is Sunday, that means the garbage collection hasn't come yet, right? Oh. Well, I don't think that's related to the mistreatment, though. Well, I guess not. Never mind. Oh, I just remembered. I was thinking about checking out a flea market app. Huh? I check it out regularly because sometimes I find good things. Right now I'm looking for a fountain pen and some reference books. Oh, I see. About what you just said, I'll talk to my mom first and see what she has to say. Oh, okay, thanks. I really appreciate it. I found several other items being sold from the same account, too. It was being sold? Yeah. I thought I should report it to the app administration, so I was just about to do that, but just before I could, the listing got canceled. Right before? When I went to the account's main page, it looked like they were in the middle of canceling all the listings. The number kept going down, and in the end, there were no items listed anymore. Oh, no. Well, at least we don't have to worry about someone else buying it now. Oh, and I took a screenshot, so I have proof. Well, that's a relief, but... So it was Avery, huh? Probably. The account name was a name similar to her real name, and the background of the listing photos seemed to be the wallpaper from her house. And then, right when I mentioned that I checked the flea market app regularly and was about to look, the listings got canceled. I see. So now we just need physical evidence. Yes, we need to find where the stolen items are now and dig a bit deeper to understand why Avery went as far as to steal and try to sell them. So what should I do next? Mom, do you have your part-time job tomorrow morning as usual? If you don't stop anywhere, you can be back in 30 minutes, right? Yeah, I work from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., so I'll leave the house at 7:30 a.m. and get back at around 12:30 p.m. It'll be the usual schedule. Can you take the day off suddenly? It's not a busy period, so I think it'll be fine if I call in the morning and let them know. If my guess is right... Do you have a plan? Well, yeah. Since both you and Jason will be home tonight, it'll be hard to do anything. So after both of you leave for work tomorrow, that'll be when it's our chance. So tomorrow morning, when Avery will be home alone? Exactly. So I need you to act like you're going to your part-time job as usual and leave the house. After that, we'll meet up. I'll pick you up at the first corner after you leave. Oh, and I'll rent a car so nobody gets suspicious. You've really thought this through. Speed is crucial for these things. All right, that's the plan. Got it. Megan, good morning. I've just left the house. Good morning, Mom. I'm already at the corner. Got it. Avery, good morning. Megan? Good morning. Is there something you need? Something I need? Oh, that's actually my line, you know. Huh? I thought if anything was going to happen, it would be when my mom and Jason left for work and you'd be alone at home. But I never expected that while your family was out, a strange man would be coming and going into your house. What? I haven't done anything like that. You can come over right now. There's not even a trace of anything like that left. Well, today you were just coming to pick up some things, weren't you? It's just that yesterday was so recent. So I thought you'd skip today's fun in case anyone might suspect something, which I assumed was your reason for skipping. Is that what's going on? Wait a minute. You're imagining all these terrible things about me. I'm not imagining anything, Avery. This is real. How can you be sure of that? Are you planning on helping with the bullying too? I'll go straight to Jason with all of this. Well, your boyfriend was seen coming out of your house carrying stolen items that had been hidden somewhere inside. Huh? My husband restrained him. What? Are you serious? Yes, my husband. Do you remember him? The mixed martial artist? Oh, don't worry. I didn't let him get hurt, and no punches were thrown. Our 6'10" tall, muscle-bound man just gave him a little glare, and the guy immediately confessed everything. He confessed? Wait, what do you mean? He admitted that the stolen items had been cleverly hidden in your room and that the entire thing was about trying to get money for cheating dates and trips with you. It was all about funding those activities. Wait, this can't be true! Also, we've been keeping an eye on your parents' front door, so trying to run away now would be pointless. Keeping an eye on them? Yes, we've had your front door under observation, so even if you try to escape, it won't work. But how did you know about the items? How did you find out about all of this? Plus, we've also identified your flea market app account. You're kidding, right? It's not a joke. We even took a screenshot before you canceled the listings. How did you find out? Well, when I was casually talking about checking the flea market, you suddenly rushed to cancel the listings. It was at that exact moment when I happened to catch you in the act of removing them. But my account doesn't have any proof. I'm pretty sure one of the items you listed was a fountain pen. That pen, which belonged to my grandfather, was passed down to my father and then to my mother. It's a custom-made, one-of-a-kind item created by the craftsmen of the time. One of a kind? I don't believe it. The design is so unique, I knew it immediately when I saw it in the listing photos. You didn't recognize the brand, but it was that item, wasn't it? There were also books in the cardboard boxes in my mom's closet. Those were books I had temporarily stored at my parents' house to prepare for my move next month. Wait, really? I've read those books so many times that I know every little scratch or stain on them. That's how I recognized them immediately when I saw the pictures you posted of the listings. Those weren't your mom's things? No, those were mine. They were temporarily stored at my mom's place while I was preparing for my move, and I was planning to take them with me. That's how I knew for sure when I saw them listed. It was the exact same set. You didn't even recognize them? No, and that's not all. I checked with Jason and he confirmed that the account was yours. He found the computer was still logged into it when he looked. Oh, well, I guess I must have forgotten to log out after using my computer when my phone's battery died while I was listing items. That's when my husband must have found out about it. Yes, Jason went to work this morning as usual, but I left him a voicemail explaining everything. He said he'd check it in his free time. It's only a matter of time before he knows the entire story. What is this? This is unreal. Well, I think it's time we stop this little exchange. We've gone on long enough. What do you mean, stop this exchange? The reason I've been dragging out this conversation is that I've been buying time. Buying time? Yes, and now that your parents are arriving... My parents? Yes, they're here, and they'll be taking care of things. Wait, hold on. What are you talking about? I'm not going to wait. You've had your chance. Wait, what do you mean? Now, as I said, your parents are here and they'll be dealing with you shortly. No, wait, I can explain. I don't know what's going on, but I didn't do anything wrong. Please, listen to me. Sorry, Avery, but I'm not going to listen. This is done now. Wait, no, please. I'm sure you won't be able to run away. I've already made sure of that. You can't do this. Sorry, but it's already too late. Your fate is in motion now. We've got the evidence. It's over. You can't possibly... No, please, just hear me out. I've already given you the chance to explain yourself, but now it's time for you to face the consequences. There's nothing left for you to say. Your parents are going to be here shortly, and you won't be able to escape. Please, you can't do this to me. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I'm sorry, Avery, but there's no turning back now. Your actions have caught up with you. Wait, you're not going to tell my parents, are you? Please, I'll do anything. I'll fix everything. Just don't let them know. It's too late for that. Everything is already set in motion. Wait, no, please. I'll never do anything like this again. I swear. I don't want to hear it, Avery. The truth is out now. You've been caught, and there is no way around it. Your parents are going to find out. There's no escaping this. Wait, no, you can't do this. I beg you, don't tell them. Please, I'm begging you. I'm afraid it's already done. Goodbye, Avery. Wait, no, please. I can explain. I really can. Please, just listen to me. Sorry, Avery, but you've run out of time. My older brother, who had always referred to my sister-in-law as my cute wife in the most affectionate and possessive way possible, had a complete shift in demeanor once he discovered the affair. It wasn't just that he was hurt, but rather that the entire foundation of his trust in her came crashing down. His mood seemed to plummet immediately. You could almost hear the change in his energy. A sound like a sudden exhale or deflation of some inflated balloon. It was as if his emotions had hit rock bottom in an instant. Before this discovery, he was full of life, always glowing when he spoke about his wife, doting on her as if she was the center of his universe. His love for her seemed to be unshakable, and he was so proud of the life they had built together. But the moment the truth about her infidelity came out, everything changed. He didn't scream or yell, but his response was chilling in its calmness. There was a moment of stunned silence, and then, like a flipping switch, he switched into a state of cold, mechanical resolution. The affair was a devastating blow, and instead of wallowing in it, he took decisive action. My brother wasn't one to back down from a challenge, and this situation was no exception. With all the formality and precision one might expect in a business deal, he began the legal proceedings for divorce, filing the papers with a dispassionate determination. His focus was on the future, on what needed to be done, and the emotional fallout was something that had to be dealt with later. He didn't show any signs of seeking revenge or displaying bitterness, but there was an underlying hardness in his approach that told me how deeply wounded he truly was. The divorce and the claim for emotional distress were moving forward without delay. He was going through the motions as though this was just another task that needed to be completed, methodical, efficient, but utterly devoid of the warmth and affection that had once defined their marriage. What was once love was now reduced to legal steps and financial transactions, and that stark reality was evident in every document he signed. The shock of the affair was compounded by an even more troubling revelation: family theft. We learned that my ex-sister-in-law had sold off items from our family's inheritance. These weren't just random objects, they were heirlooms passed down through generations, priceless artifacts that carried memories of our ancestors and symbolized the rich history of our family. To think that these items had just been sold without a second thought, without even a whisper of consultation, was more than just a betrayal of my brother. It was a betrayal of the entire family's legacy. Unfortunately, the law wasn't on our side in this case. When it came to theft within a family, it turned out that there were no criminal penalties that could be applied. The legal system wasn't set up to punish family members for actions like this. It was an incredibly frustrating realization, as we felt this should have been a clear-cut case of criminal activity. But the law saw it differently. Instead, we were left with the option of filing a civil suit for damages, claiming compensation for the lost items that had already been sold. While it was a relief that we could at least take some legal action, it felt inadequate given the gravity of the situation. So my brother proceeded with the civil suit, focusing on the financial losses that had been incurred. But just as we thought we were getting some semblance of closure, something far more disturbing came to light. It wasn't just the affair and the theft. There were other crimes, other wrongdoings that my ex-sister-in-law had been hiding. This wasn't just a simple betrayal. It was a web of deceit that had been carefully constructed and kept hidden from everyone, including my brother. As the investigation continued, more secrets surfaced. The affair was just the beginning. There were debts that she had been hiding, even more significant financial issues that had remained in the shadows. It became clear that she had been playing a dangerous game all along, manipulating everyone around her for her own gain. She had lied, stolen, and betrayed, and it was only when everything began to unravel that the full scope of her actions became apparent. This wasn't just about marriage falling apart. It was about a person who had been deceiving everyone for years, and who now had to face the consequences of her actions. The more we discovered, the more it became clear that this wasn't just a personal failure. It was a criminal failure. In the end, it was revealed that my ex-sister-in-law and her lover had to bear the full weight of their actions. They were both responsible for the debts, the emotional damages, and the financial ruin they had caused. There was no escaping the fallout. They couldn't hide behind lies any longer. Everything they had done was exposed, and they were left to deal with the consequences. As for the compensation claims, it turned out that my ex-sister-in-law's parents had taken on the financial burden. Their daughter had caused the mess, but they were the ones who ended up paying for it. It wasn't clear whether they did it out of guilt, obligation, or some sense of family duty, but they stepped in and covered the costs of the legal proceedings, the alimony, and the compensation for the stolen heirlooms. It was a sad reality, but one that many families find themselves in when their children make poor decisions. My brother didn't ask for his help. He didn't want to be a burden on anyone else. But there was no other option, and so the financial responsibility shifted to the parents of both my ex-sister-in-law and her lover. Meanwhile, my ex-sister-in-law, who had caused so much chaos and heartbreak, was facing a different kind of punishment. The court had ruled that she would be required to work off her debt under strict supervision. She would be made to repay the financial damages she had caused through hard labor. It was a grueling sentence, but it was the only option available to her. She would have to live under constant surveillance, working day in and day out to pay off the debts that had piled up due to her actions. But even with this arrangement, it was clear that her life would never be the same. No amount of hard work could erase the damage she had done. She had ruined her marriage, betrayed her family, and lost the trust of everyone who had ever cared about her. It was unlikely that she would ever be able to rebuild any of those relationships, and even if she worked off her debts, the stain of her actions would forever remain. Her future was now uncertain, and she was left to face the reality of her actions that had sealed her fate. Her lover, too, would have to deal with the consequences. There was no escape for either of them. They had made their choices, and now they would have to live with them. While they might have once imagined a future together, it was clear that they would both struggle to rebuild their lives. The damage was too deep and the wounds too fresh for either of them to heal anytime soon. As for my brother, the emotional toll of the entire situation was something that he would carry with him for the rest of his life. He had once been a man full of love and optimism, but now he was scarred by the betrayal of the person he had trusted most. While the legal proceedings had settled the financial aspects of the case, the emotional scars were something that could never be erased. It was a painful journey, but one that he would have to walk alone. Looking ahead, it was clear that no one involved in this mess would ever truly move on. The betrayal, the theft, and the lies had left a permanent mark on all of us. While some may have hoped for a return to normalcy, the reality was that things could never go back to the way they were. Trust had been shattered, relationships had been broken, and lives had been irreparably changed. You're going to be here today, right? Everyone's really looking forward to seeing you here since it's been such a long time now. They all want to see what kind of horrible wife you've become after spending all that time avoiding everyone here. Why would you say something like that? Have I done anything wrong? I'm just speaking the truth is all. We all know that you don't care at all about your in-laws and that you'd rather be off on your own, only taking care of yourself, right? But thankfully, I am a very kind and thoughtful mother-in-law, which means that I'm going to forgive you for all of that. And to make sure you understand just how kind of a woman I am, I made sure that today everyone would be eating high-end filet mignon. And that's why all of my family is really looking forward to this gathering and to seeing you here. Since you're Brandon's wife, you're going to be filling your stomach up on all kinds of high-end salts, all right?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you never seem to be able to take a hint. You're nothing like the rest of my family, all right? It would be a waste of money letting you eat some of the finest meats that I can buy. So the only thing a stranger like you will be eating today is the steak salts that everyone else could care less about.
Really? Did you just call me a stranger?
Yes, I did. A terrible wife like yourself means nothing to my family, and that's why we can't even think of you as part of us. Ugh, why did my son ever end up marrying a woman like you in the first place? Besides, the fact that his wife is completely useless, he's a perfect man.
Is that right? Then forget about your allowance.
What?
If you're going to say that I'm not your family or anything anymore, then there's no reason for me to really be sending you any more money.
Huh? What are you talking about? To me, you're nothing more than a stranger, but to you, your in-laws should all still be considered your family. That's just common sense, right? So you have the responsibility as my son's wife to keep that money coming to us.
I completely understand your way of thinking, Patty, so please allow me to go and have a word with Adam about this.
Sure, go ahead. But that's not going to change anything for you. That boy will understand my way of thinking completely and won't let you get away with such a lawless action. Anyway, you'd better be at this family gathering today, May.
Adam, where are you right now?
I just finished up getting some things from the grocery store, and I'll be on my way home. What's going on?
I was just texting with your mom a second ago.
My mom, huh? I'm sure this isn't gonna be good then, right?
Well, she started off by asking me if I'd be making it to the family gathering today. But then soon after that, she made it very clear to me that I'm not considered family to her.
Huh? She went that far with you now?
Yeah. She told me that to make her family all happy, she went and bought a bunch of really expensive filet mignon. But since she doesn't see me as a part of the family, the only thing I'll be allowed to eat is the steak salt.
Do you want to just stay home from that stupid event?
Honestly, I really don't want to go to that stupid event.
But if I don't show up this time, then things will only become worse the next time around, right? I was being honest this whole time about having to work all the time and never being able to attend those gatherings. So this time I should actually go. I think the reason she said something like that to me, about me not being a family to her, is because I haven't been going out to see anyone recently. Maybe it was just meant as a joke or something.
Well, if that was meant to be a joke from her, it was not a very funny one. But if you're saying that you'd like to go this time, then I guess we're going. I myself haven't really been going home to my parents all that much recently. I'd like to go see them and check on how things are going there.
Check on how things are going? Just in general?
You know better than I do that there are plenty of things wrong with my mom, right? I want to go and check to see if she's been telling the truth at all to the rest of the family, or if she's still hiding all her problems. In the past, lots of people have been hurt by what she was doing, so I just have to make sure things aren't getting bad again.
Is that right?
Well, I guess today we're really heading over to my parents' house then. But if there's anything that makes you want to go home while we're there, let me know right away. Then we can get the heck out of there.
Mary, you really have no guts, do you? Getting picked on by your mother-in-law is something you need to deal with as my son's wife. What were you thinking showing up here today only to turn right back around and leave like that? Are you trying to make me look bad in front of the rest of my family? I never thought that you'd actually have a plate ready for me at the dinner table filled with nothing but garlic salt. Everyone else had a nice steak and vegetables on their plates, yet I had nothing more than salt and a shot glass filled with water. What you've done hasn't only pissed me off, but it's upset your own son now as well. And when Adam starts to get upset like that, your job as his wife is to make him settle down, right? You really are so useless, always blaming others for your own faults. Could you tell me why you always have to treat me like this, Patty? Well, there's not any kind of deep meaning to it, actually. I just happen to not really like you at all. I had made such a fine young man, and you came out of nowhere and completely ruined him. I don't want some thief like you becoming a part of my family, so why should I have to cater to you when it's so much easier just to treat you like said thief? Also, the reason my son never comes around his own parents anymore is because of you, right? Who is the real menace to this family, I wonder? I do apologize for all the times I've not been able to come out to see you all, but all of those times I had really been busy with work and could not afford to leave that work behind. However, just because of that, you've gone and treated me like a complete stranger? Actually, much worse than a complete stranger. And now you've just gone and done it in front of everyone else in the family. I really don't want to say something like this to you, Patty, but that money you're being given every month is the money I've worked countless hours for. What was that? So now you're going to try to play the victim here? The only reason I gave you all that salt was because you've been getting a little plump lately. You should be very thankful that I was so thoughtful today, yet for some reason, you don't seem to care at all for my thoughts on your figure. Well, if that was really the case, then why salt of all things? Wouldn't that only make me fatter in the end? Ugh, I'm done with this, Patty. It seems that no matter what I say, no matter what I do, your way of thinking is not going to change. Would you stop trying to play things off like I'm the one in the wrong here? Since you're no longer going to view me as part of your family, I'd like you to stop contacting me from now on. So please leave me alone. If you ever need anything from us or have something to say, bring it up with Brandon. Oh, running away from us again, I see. Well, that's totally fine with me. As long as you keep that money coming to me, I won't say another word to you. Excuse me, this month's allowance has still not entered my bank account at all, not even $1. Did I forget to mention to you that it is your responsibility to be sending me that money each and every month since you're Adam's wife? If you're not going to keep up with your responsibilities, then I'm going to have you divorced from my son. Now, this is just what I remember, but I believe that last time I told you that I'd stop sending you money from now on, right? Or did I perhaps forget to say that to you? I don't ever remember you saying something like that to me. And had you, I would most definitely have said no to that. Let me ask you something, Patty. Could you please tell me why exactly I have to keep sending you an allowance each month? Because I don't quite remember what the reason was, if there even is one. You don't remember? My reason is because you're my son's wife. And your primary job as his wife is to shut up and listen to what his mother tells you. Then can you please explain to me why over time you've been asking for more and more money from me? What? At the start you were only asking for around $400 a month from me. But over time you continued to ask for more and more until it came to around $1,500 a month. Do you really need that much money from me? I told you this already. There are still some payments left over on the loan we took out when we had part of the house reformed. And with my husband's income only, there were parts of our life that we felt a little uncomfortable because we were so close to not having enough money. I heard that reason from you before, but are you really only using this money I'm giving you on paying off that loan? What are you trying to say? Well, it's just, ever since I started to send you money each month, you've become more and more outgoing and overbearing. Also, you've been trying so hard to not let your husband know anything about the money I'm sending to you. You must have another reason for why you need this money from me, and one that would upset your husband very much if he were to find out, right? There's no reason like that. But you never say anything about this to him. You still understand that, right? Well, that's too bad because I've already brought it up with him. What did you just say? I have told you again and again not to say anything about this to him. You really are completely useless to me. Well, let me just say, it wasn't me that went to him about all of this. He realized that something was up and came to me asking some questions about it all. He said that he noticed how much more flashy your choice of clothing had become and wanted to know from me if there was anything going on with you. He then said to me that if there is anything going on between you and my family regarding money, to let him know about it. So, then, you told him about that allowance? I did. It's the truth, after all. And then, after telling him about that money I've been giving you, he started to tell me some things that I had no idea about. There has never been a point this whole time your husband has been paying off that loan where you've handed him any money to help pay it off. So let me ask you one last time. Where is that money I give you every month going? You lied to me about that helping pay off the loan, all so that you could milk all that money off me, right? Recently, I've been wondering why he's been so cold around me. So this has all been because of you, huh? Don't start blaming me for your issues, Patty. Anyhow, I'm not going to be sending you any more money for the time being, as I do not support you going out and wasting it on things that are not related to your husband in the house. So you have no idea what could happen to you by turning your back on me and not listening to what I've said. I'm going to make sure you and Adam are no more. No matter what it is, this is all your fault. I've now gone and lost my son, who once loved me more than anyone else. And now a lot of people in my family are no longer talking to me and will only roll their eyes when I try and talk to them. Had you just stayed in line, never complaining about anything I was doing and listened to me, none of this would be happening. How dare you cause my life to fall into ruins? Patty, you're still whining about how all of this is my fault? So none of what Adam was telling you about actually made it into that thick head of yours? Huh? I don't want to hear any of that from you now, especially since you're the bitch who went and took everything from me. Honestly, Patty, shut the hell up. I am utterly tired of listening to you go on and on about how this is all my fault, and that you could never be responsible for making everyone want to hate you. Do you still think that I know nothing about the kind of indecent witch you are deep down? I know about all the things you did to your son as he was growing up, and I have to say it really pisses me off thinking that I still have to talk with you. What? Tell me what was so bad about the things I did that you'd be pissed off with me. All I did was act like a good mother and raise my boy into the man he is now. I will not let anyone complain about the things I did for him. Well, that's too bad, because I'm going to complain. I'll have you know that I frickin' hate people like you. People that think they can just use other people and abuse other people and steal from them when they gain something you want. You must have no idea what it means to have some frickin' dignity, do you, Patty? My mom was the same way, as a matter of fact. One massive bully that I never wanted anything to do with but was forced to live under for years. Whenever I did something amazing, she'd always say it was because of her. She would always tell me to listen to what she says, no matter how ignorant and wrong it was. And when I messed up, she would tell me I was no good and that I was embarrassing not only her, but everyone in the family. You and my mom both seem to mistake your child's love for your own, and that's so upsetting to me. I completely understand what your mother is talking about and feeling. I'm sure you frickin' do. Both of you share that same single brain cell. I'm sure neither of you have ever thought about your own kids, have you? And that's why your own kids have had to fight for their life to fix their ways of thinking. It took me years to get over the fact that I was more than my mom's puppet, and that my wants and needs mattered too. The only reason you ended up having issues like that in the first place is because you're not good enough for this world. Maybe you needed to grow a pair and actually live up to your mom's expectations. Well, I'm sure you could say something like that, but that's totally fine. Here's how things are going to end here. Patty, you're going to be kicked out of your husband's house, so please begin preparing yourself for the big move out of there. Huh? What do you mean I'm being kicked out of his house? Your husband is planning to divorce you now, Patty. And as everyone seems to recall, it's your husband that owns that house, right? So that means after the divorce, you will no longer be allowed to live there anymore. Wait, why do I have to be the one getting divorced here, and why do I have to be the one getting kicked out of this house? You don't know why? Interesting. Because from what I'm aware of, you have been using all the money I've sent you to lavish yourself. You've also used some of it to get yourself a younger boyfriend, right? You also ended up borrowing some money from a loan shark because I wasn't giving you all you needed to afford that lifestyle. I was planning to pay it all back. So you can't call that money borrowed. I'm not in any debt. Oh, so there's no excuse for you paying another man to take you out? That's because to me, I'm not actually paying him to go out with me. He and I are in love now. Honestly, I can't tell if that's a joke or not, but that's not my problem. How about you go and tell your husband about that now and see what he thinks of it? I'm sure he'd love to find out that you're in love with a younger man you've been paying to take you out now. Anyway, your husband has also noticed some of your shared money being used up, so he's made sure to count that all up as well. And he's going to make sure you pay him back that amount. No way! Arya, can you please do something to set my husband straight? I'm sure if you go to him saying that what I've done wasn't all that bad, that he'll listen to you and stop trying to get this divorce. Oh, have you forgotten already? I'm not your family. You said it yourself that I'm nothing more than a complete stranger to you. So I'm sorry to say this to you, but I am not that kind of a stranger. I know some are willing to do a lot for others that they don't know, but I don't have that kind of heart in me. No. What should I do here then? Well, I think the first thing you should start to do is find yourself a new place to move to. How does that sound? Can you at least get my son to think about cutting ties with me? My husband is going to throw me away, and my own son wants to cut ties to me. Brandon is the one who decided that he doesn't want you as his mom anymore, so I have no right trying to say anything to him about that choice. Now, it's getting to be that time where I need to head back into work. Don't talk to me ever again, Patty. Please, just listen to what I'm saying to you. Do something about this, please. After Patty divorced her husband, her life took a downward turn. She lost her home as her husband forced her out of the house. Left with no place to go, Patty clung to the hope that someone in the neighborhood might take her in, convinced of her charm and believing herself to be an exceptional woman. She began knocking on doors, asking her neighbors for shelter. However, her past arrogance worked against her. Patty has always been the type to flaunt her son's accomplishments, treating him like a trophy to showcase at every opportunity. This behavior has earned her the disdain of nearly everyone in the neighborhood. On top of that, rumors about her personal life circulated among the residents. Many knew about the man that she had been paying to date her and the romantic feelings she harbored for him. These revelations only deepened the animosity towards her. Consequently, no one wanted to offer her any help or even engage in a conversation about her plight. Faced with rejection from everyone, Patty realized she couldn't stay in the area and decided to leave. Desperate, she turned to her family and returned to her parents' home. a place she hadn't visited in nearly a decade. Her arrival, however, was met with suspicion. Her relatives were wary of her sudden reappearance and questioned the reason behind her divorce. Due to their curiosity, no one confronted her directly or sought an explanation. Instead, they kept their distance and regulated her to living in the basement, isolated and humiliated. Patty withdrew from the world. She stopped seeing the young man she had once claimed to love and chose to shut herself in, rarely venturing outside. Meanwhile, my own life with Adam has improved significantly. With less stress, I've been able to refocus my energy on work, which is already paying off. I'm on track for a promotion, and Adam is also striving for a similar advancement in his career. We've both been busy with our jobs and haven't spent much time at home lately. However, we have a shared goal. Once we're both in stable, higher positions within our companies, we plan to slow down and focus on starting a family of our own. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.